Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitrokyosho. Well, due to a lot of viewer requests and a lot of new subscribers that tell me, Ray, I want to get into RC helicopters and I'm a little green. I don't know what I'm doing, as we all didn't when we got started. And they said there's a lot of different choices in this hobby. They're confused. They see some coaxial helicopters out on the market. They see that they say beginner. They see some with tail rotor, some without, some that are big, some that are small. And they want to know a little bit more about it. And they want some questions basically answered. So here I am to answer them for you guys. And let's get started. There are a lot of different helicopters on the market. There's coaxials, which are beginners. There's fixed pitch helicopters, which is the next level. And then there's the collective cyclic pitch helicopters, which are for the advanced and basically the last level of learning. There's also simulators out there that you will put in your computer, and they will teach you how to fly on a computer also, if you don't want to go through all the different levels. So let's get started. You have 2-channel, alright, you have 3-channel, and you have 4-channel, alright, as far as 4 coaxial helicopters. So let's get started. This little guy here came from Walmart years and years ago. And this was called an air hog. This was a 2-channel helicopter. It was made out of styrofoam, had the battery installed. You'd bring it home, you'd put your batteries in your controller, you'd charge it up, and you'd go flying. They were predominantly only for indoor use because they're very light, they're styrofoam, they can't handle any kind of wind, not even really a fan blowing on them. And what they had the ability to do, they only have 2 channels, so you got your movements up and down is your 1 channel, and being able to turn left and to turn right is going to be your 2nd channel. So there's basically 2 movements per channel. Up, down is 1 channel, and left, right makes your 2nd channel. That's all they had the capability of doing. They were fun when they came out, but I mean, for the most part, you'd grow tired of them pretty quick because they didn't have much ability. Then came along these here. These are 3-channel. These are constructed pretty good. They have replaceable parts. You can get these on Amazon.com. These were being sold just about everywhere. These are by SEMA. This is the S107. They come in different styles, in Army type style helicopters, Apaches and Blackhawks and rescue. They really have a nice a variety to choose from. They basically all do the same thing. They're just different styled, so whatever appeals to your eye. These came with the helicopter and the controller here. Now these were 3-channel, so they had the ability to go up and down. They had the ability to turn to the right and to turn to the left. And they also have the ability to fly forwards and backwards. So they're a lot more fun than an air hog, a little bit more advanced. They were like I said, they're very durable. I bought these to train people how to fly, to start learning, and my dad racked these into the wall. He kept the throttle going full speed into a cement wall in the cellar and didn't break any linkages, so I was pretty impressed with the durability for a $30 helicopter. The bodies are all metal, so you're never going to damage the frames or anything. The only thing that would probably break on these are these 2 little linkages up on the top, which I'll show you, but I've never broke one or seen one break. They came with a USB charger you'd plug into your computer. Alright, take about 40 minutes to charge. I've gotten about 26 flights when I noticed the battery is starting to go a little low on that one. You can get replaceable batteries on Amazon for about, I think they're about $2. And then you have to take the canopy off, and you have to cut the wire. And you can either, if you're good at soldering, you can resolder them. If you're not good, just reconnect the wires to the same color code, and you can tie them and put a little piece of electrical tape, and it'll hold it. But these are 2-channel here. The SEMA is a 3-channel. Now you move to something a little bit higher grade, the MCX2, which is very popular by the E-Flight company, Blade. And these have actually little micro servos. These are running on the Spectrum, the DSM technology. They have the swash plate with the little servos, so they have the ability to, it's more like a real, like a fixed pitch or a cyclic pitch where it's a swash plate and it's moving and everything. And they come with a better charger, obviously. You can get replaceable batteries that plug and play, so you can keep flying. You don't have to wait to charge if you have extra batteries. This is not the controller that came with it. It came with the controller more like a size like this one. But like I said, it has these are the 4-channel capabilities. So they can go up, down, they can turn left, right, they can fly sideways with the aileron control, left and right, and they have the ability to turn and forward, backwards. They can do everything. So the big difference between these two is this one here does not have the aileron. It doesn't have the ability to fly to the sides. This one can. But both of them have replaceable parts. They have the booklets where you can order. They give you the codes and the numbers and everything. Now somebody said, Ray, they asked me, they said, you got 2 coaxials here, right? This one has a tail motor. Okay. This one does not have a tail motor. But they look the same. They said this one has the 2 sets of blades and a fly bar. So why does this need a tail motor and this one doesn't? Well, we're going to get into that. This has blades in a fixed position as that one does. So once it reaches a certain RPM, it lifts up off the ground. Now, this does not have a swash plate in it. Alright? And it doesn't have servos. This one has a swash plate and servos. When you have a swash plate with servos, guys, servos are going to move the swash plate. They're going to tilt it in whatever direction, left, right, forward, backwards, that you want to go, and that's how the helicopter pushes forward, backwards, sideways. When you do not have a swash plate or servos like this one, you rely on a tail motor. The tail motor is not activated on this until you push it to go forward or backwards. Then it will turn on. That's how you get these to move forward and backwards. A helicopter like this doesn't need it because it has the swash plate that's tilting. So that's how it's moving. Alright? And I'll get up and I'll show you these guys. Actually, let me do it right now so we don't forget and you can see the differences. Let me grab this one and that one. Alright. And let me tilt this viewfinder here so we can see what we're doing. Now, keep these blades out of the way. If you look down here, you just see a main shaft going down into the block. You don't see no swash plate in there. See that? Okay. Now if you look at the Blade helicopter, you can see your 3 linkage rods, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. And you can see your swash plate in there, that black plate. Okay, and that is why this doesn't require a motor on the back, guys. Once again, you can see this one has the little motor in the back. Alright, and there's no swash in there. Now these are, like I said, these are metal construction, and they're very durable. You can get them with different canopy colors. They come in blue, yellow, red, green, and you can get them in different styles. If you watch some of my other videos, guys, you can see, let me just tilt that back, you can see the different ones. I had a marine one and I had an Apache one. Now these range in different sizes. E-Flight has one that is a little bit bigger. It's about this big. I think it's called the CX2. Now some of these SEMAs and some of the off-name brands, they make some big ones. I mean, they make ones, I've seen ones the size of a 500 size line T-Rex. Now, they look cool. You got a lot of flashing lights on them, and looks exciting when you might see them in a mall. The problem with those guys is that they're too big to fly in your house, okay? And they don't have no power to fly outside. I've seen them flown outside. I've tried to fly them outside, people that I know that had them, and you can't, even the slightest bit of wind, they're just not made to be outside. So they're kind of a disappointing thing for people to get. You know, so if you want to get into the hobby, stick with these little small guys, and in my opinion, start off with something like an S107 if you're on a tight budget. If you're not, you can get something like a Blade helicopter, which will run you, this one will run you about a little over $100. This is a good way to see if you're going to get into the hobby, if you're going to like the hobby, if you're going to enjoy the hobby. There's no sense, guys, I always tell people, don't invest a lot of money in anything unless you've got a real strong desire and you know you're going to stick with it. You know, that way you don't break your bank. You can really go from something like this and then to something like this. And then, you know, if you want to go to a fixed, but people say to me, you know, I don't have the money to go from this to this to this to this. Well, I hate to tell you guys out there, but this is an expensive hobby to be in. The cars are an expensive hobby. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on helicopters and stuff. They're not cheap hobbies to be involved with. There are ways, if you get involved, you know, I try to advise people how to get into the hobby and how to not break the bank. And one way is, you know, learn, you know, maybe skip that. If you can afford it, get something like this and learn. See if you like it, see if you enjoy it. Get so comfortable flying every which way, you know the controls, you know it when it faces you, the controls are reversed. And then if you wanted to skip some of the other ones, you could go right to a simulator. And then maybe with the help of a trainer. The problem, guys, with the advanced helicopters like the ones I fly, the T-Rexes and those, and there's a lot to them. One, they come in a kit form, so you have to have a mechanical ability to build one. You have to have the knowledge of how to set one up, which the book doesn't tell you how to do, and you have to, there's a lot of stuff that goes with it. Chargers and expensive batteries and carry-in bags and controllers that are computers and programming. So really, get yourself something like that, learn, see if you want to progress, then get yourself like a Phoenix simulator. Comes with the disc, the controller, the wire, everything. Learn on the computer how to fly a helicopter, and then if you wanted to go from there, you could go to another level, maybe with the help of a local trainer, a local hobby shop. It's good to get involved with local hobby shops, guys. There's a lot of great advice and a lot of good people that try to help people on YouTube, but there's nothing like having somebody right there looking over your shoulder. That's really the ideal way to do it. But anyways, I hope that this gives you a little bit of insight on these type of different helicopters. Like I said, there's 2-channel, 3-channel, 4-channel as far as coaxials. Then you move into fixed pitch helicopters, and then the collective cyclic pitch ones. So I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea, a little bit of knowledge, and helps you out. I thank you for watching. As always, if you have any questions, shoot me a line and I'll try to help you out the best I can. Thanks for watching.